Hi, and welcome back to the Relationship Foodie Cooking Show, where we use the comfort of food in the kitchen to build a delicious relationship. Today we're going to be making a really easy, creamy cauliflower soup that actually has no cream in it. So let's get started. First, we're going to go ahead and saute some of the items that we have here that are going to give it some flavor. So usually what I do is I use a curry powder, but I actually couldn't find the curry powder that I needed. So I decided we're going to use some sun-dried tomato pesto, and we are going to make it with that. So we're going to put a little bit of that in there. And so really there is a base recipe. So it is cauliflower, cashews, and water, salt, pepper. So that's the base. And then you can flavor it any way you want. It's really, really easy and it's delicious. So we'll turn this on and I'm going to add some garlic. And today I'm going to add a little bit of pepper flakes because I just want that little bit of heat. And I'm going to add a little bit of Italian herbs. So since we're going with the sun-dried tomato pesto, I think this will complement it really well and just give it a little bit of a punch. I'm going to saute this a little bit and just get the kind of raw smell out of there. So the garlic will smell a little raw. We're getting that smell and taste out of there, and you can just periodically smell it. So hold on one second, we'll get it zhuzhed around there. All right, we're not quite there. All right, that's about good. And now we're going to go ahead and just dump, I'm doing 2 bags of cauliflower today. Normally I'll do 1. So I'll put the recipe for 1 down in the bottom of the show notes. And if you want to double it, you absolutely can. And then we are just going to put, we're going to put the entire bag, but we're doing about 4 liberal handfuls of the cashews, and these are raw cashews, and you're going to want like raw unroasted ones. So this is what's going to make it really creamy. Yep, so that takes the entire bag, so that's perfect. I'm just going to give this a really quick stir. You don't really need to cook it or anything like that. The cauliflower is still frozen. I just wanted to kind of get it settled down in there. And then I'm going to put the water in. And you can use vegetable broth if you want. You know, you can use whatever liquid you want. If you wanted to make this not vegetarian, you could use chicken broth. You can use whatever you want. I'm using water just because I kind of wanted that neutral flavor. And then I'm going to go ahead and salt it. And what I normally like to do now is I like to stir it around and taste the water, which is not obviously going to taste exactly like it will when it's done, but it'll give you a baseline taste of what it tastes like. So let's do that. One second to stir it around. Okay, it seems like it has enough salt. It seems like it has enough flavor, so I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to boil this. And you're really just going to boil it until everything, the cauliflowers kind of like fall apart. And by that point, the cashews will also be where they need to be. And so we're just going to cover it and boil it now. Okay, so while we're boiling that, I decided I'm going to pick our relationship topics a little bit differently going forward. And what I've done is I put a bunch of relationship topics in the bowl, and we're just going to pick one each show, and we're going to go through them. These actually came from a card game that I created, and they are really quick and easy ways to connect to your partner on any level. And I'll explain a little bit more in the show notes, but basically they are in different categories, and it's either about, you know, physical touch, or making your partner feel good about themselves, or, you know, repeating some sort of phrase that will make them feel great, or make them feel secure. And so I've compiled all of them, and these are them. So I will just pick one at random, and we'll talk about that. All right, so today's topic is find a gift under $5 that shows your partner you are thinking of them. Get this done within the next 3 days. So examples are favorite dessert, something you made them, or something you found in nature. So I'd like to just talk about quickly why this is something that is good. Basically, it's a very small dollar amount. It is something that could even not cost anything at all. The point is to show your partner periodically that you have thought about them when you are off and about doing something that doesn't involve them, right? And so just think about how you feel when someone does something like that for you. And it's just a really simple and easy way to do something for someone you love and make them feel good, and what I call fill their bucket. So try doing that within the next few days and see how it goes. Okay, and now we blend. So I let the soup cool a little bit because otherwise you're just gonna have a complete explosion. It's still a little warm, so we might have a little bit of pressure in here. So I kind of vented this a little bit and just didn't clip it down all the way. We'll see how that goes. I'm gonna hold it here. And then I'm just gonna blend. Okay, so I blended this on the very highest setting, and some blenders blend better than others. I've had some really inexpensive ones that blended this like absolute cream, and it was amazing. I had some expensive ones that blended it and I couldn't get it to be creamy at all. This blender did a really good job. I'll let you see it here in a minute. And yeah, I'm just gonna see how it's pouring out, and it's just so creamy. It could actually be even a little bit more creamy than that. You could probably leave it in there a little bit longer. So it seemed like I left it in there much longer than you need, because the tendency is like once it's combined to just stop blending. But what you really want to do is blend it and blend it and blend it until it's really, really, really creamy. So that is what it looks like. And I'll go ahead and dish it up. All right, let's dish it up. Just gonna take a little bit here. And I decided I have this Calabrian chili olive oil, and I wanted to just give it a little bit of extra spice just because I like it spicy. And I'm just gonna drizzle it right on the top there. And let's mix it around and give it a taste. It's so creamy, and there's no cream in it. It's so delicious. I've done this, so if you're not a pure vegetarian or vegan, I've done it with bacon in it and made it kind of like baked potato soup, and it's just such a good base for any flavor you want to do. So I really recommend you try it during this winter. And don't forget to get your partner something that shows them that you're thinking about them, even when you're not together. Have a great day, and stay tuned for the next episode of the Relationship Foodie Cooking Show. Take care.